Welcome, friend, to Dream Bites, a podcast where the magic of storytelling meets the power of imagination. Each episode is a warm invitation to explore a world unlike any other, carefully crafted to transport you to new realms of wonder. So, find a cozy spot, settle in, and let the friendly voice of our narrator be your guide on this exciting adventure. And now, dear listener, it's time to embark on today's delightful story. This story is dedicated to Emma. We hope you have a wonderful birthday, Emma. Sweet dreams.
The Mysterious Midnight Garden. Chapter 1. A Magical Discovery. On a moonlit night, Chocolate, a curious puppy, and his friend Widow, a wise spider, were playing near an old overgrown fence at the edge of town. As they chased each other through the tall grass, Chocolate caught a whiff of something strange and alluring. He paused, his nose twitching as he tried to pinpoint the source of the captivating scent. "Do you smell that, Widow?" he asked, his tail wagging excitedly. Widow, perched delicately on a nearby leaf, tilted her head. She closed her eyes, focusing her senses on the mysterious aroma. "I don't smell anything, but I sense something magical," she replied, her 8 eyes sparkling with intrigue as she opened them once more. Unable to resist the temptation, Chocolate began to dig beneath the fence, his paws working furiously as dirt flew in all directions. The rich, earthy scent of the soil mingled with the enchanting fragrance, urging him to continue his pursuit. Suddenly his paw broke through the ground, revealing a hidden tunnel. "Look, Widow! A secret passage!" he exclaimed, his eyes wide with wonder and anticipation. Cautiously the two friends ventured through the tunnel, the damp, cool air enveloping them as they navigated the narrow passage. As they emerged on the other side, they found themselves standing in a breathtaking garden bathed in a soft, ethereal glow. Luminescent flowers in shades of violet, indigo, and turquoise dotted the landscape, their delicate petals shimmering like stars against the velvety backdrop of the night. Towering mushrooms with iridescent caps lined the winding pathways, casting a mesmerizing light that danced across the tranquil scene. The air was filled with the gentle humming of nocturnal insects and the distant melody of a babbling brook. Chocolate and Widow gasped in awe, marveling at the enchanting beauty that surrounded them. As they explored deeper into the garden, Chocolate's excitement got the better of him. He bounded ahead, his paws barely touching the ground as he raced along the path. In his eagerness, he accidentally stumbled into a patch of slumbering nocturnal creatures, hidden amongst the lush foliage. Startled, the animals awoke, their surprised chatter filling the air like a discordant symphony. Widow quickly intervened, her soothing voice rising above the commotion. "Please, friends, let's not let this misunderstanding spoil the beauty of the night," she said, her words as smooth as silk. Gradually the creatures calmed, their ruffled fur and feathers settling back into place. Suddenly, a deep, melodious voice echoed through the garden, its rich timbre commanding attention. "Welcome, young adventurers," it said, as a majestic barn owl emerged from the shadows, his feathers gleaming in the soft light. "I am Whispy, the guardian of this mysterious midnight garden." Chocolate and Widow looked up at Whispy, their eyes filled with curiosity and wonder. The wise old owl smiled warmly, his gaze softening as he sensed their pure hearts and love for nature. "Come, sit with me," Whispy invited, settling on a nearby branch, his talons curling gently around the bark. "Let me share with you the story of our garden's ancient origins and the magic that lies within." As Whispy began to weave his tale, his voice as soothing as a lullaby, Chocolate and Widow listened intently, their hearts racing with excitement. The scent of blooming jasmine and the gentle rustling of leaves seemed to harmonize with the old owl's words, creating an enchanting atmosphere that drew them deeper into the story. Little did they know, their newfound connection to the mysterious midnight garden would soon lead them on an unforgettable adventure, filled with challenges, friendship, and the power of nature's magic. Chapter 2. Secrets of the Night. As the moon cast its gentle glow upon the midnight garden, Chocolate and Widow sat enthralled by Whispy's melodious voice. The wise old owl spoke of the intricate tapestry of life that wove the garden together, each creature playing a vital role in maintaining the delicate balance. In this enchanted realm, every being is connected, Whispy explained, his eyes glimmering with ancient wisdom. From the tiniest beetle to the mightiest oak, each plays a part in the symphony of nature, a timeless dance that has endured for countless moons. Chocolate's eyes widened with wonder as he watched a group of fireflies paint the air with intricate patterns of light, their ethereal glow illuminating hidden corners of the garden. Widow, perched attentively on a nearby toadstool, nodded thoughtfully, her mind absorbing every detail of Whispy's revelations. As the old owl paused to catch his breath, a flicker of movement caught Chocolate's eye. "Whispy, what lies beyond those shimmering flowers?" he asked, his tail wagging with curiosity. A knowing smile played across Whispy's beak. "Ah, the luminescent glade," he replied, his voice tinged with a hint of mystery. "It is a place where the garden's magic runs deep, where secrets whisper in the night breeze. Go, young Chocolate, and explore its wonders, but remember to tread softly and respect the creatures you encounter." With an excited yelp, Chocolate bounded into the undergrowth, his nose twitching with anticipation. Widow scurried close behind, her delicate legs carrying her swiftly over the plush moss. As they approached the luminescent glade, the very air seemed to hum with an otherworldly energy. Pulsing gently, the glowing flowers cast a mesmerizing light across the clearing, bathing it in an ethereal radiance. Chocolate and Widow gazed in awe, their hearts filled with a profound sense of wonder. From the foliage, a group of curious nocturnal creatures emerged, their eyes sparkling with friendly interest. A rotund hedgehog ambled up to Chocolate, snuffling his paws with a twitchy nose. 3 playful raccoons encircled Widow, their masked faces split with impish grins. As Chocolate and Widow frolicked with their new companions, the glade echoed with joyful laughter and the gentle rustling of leaves. The young adventurers revelled in the beauty and magic of the midnight garden, their hearts brimming with a newfound love for this enchanting realm. Yet, amidst the merriment, Widow's keen senses picked up on a hushed conversation at the edge of the glade. 2 squirrels huddled together, their voices laced with concern. "Have you noticed the shadows growing longer at the garden's borders?" one squirrel whispered, her tail quivering nervously. "Yes," the other replied, his tone grave. "An unsettling presence lurks just beyond our haven. I fear our sanctuary may be threatened." A flicker of unease passed through Widow as she absorbed this unsettling information. She knew she must share these tidings with Chocolate and Whispy, but for now, she allowed her friend to bask in the magic of the moment. As the night wore on, the midnight garden continued to reveal its secrets, each new discovery adding to the tapestry of wonder that enveloped Chocolate and Widow. The challenges that lay ahead could wait until the dawn. Tonight was for embracing the enchantment and forging unbreakable bonds of friendship beneath the starlit sky. Chapter 3. A Looming Threat. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the midnight garden, Chocolate and Widow made their way back to Whispy's wise old tree. The enchanting glow of the luminescent flowers guided their path, but a sense of unease hung heavy in the air, as if the very breeze carried whispers of impending danger. Whispy greeted them with a gentle hoot, his eyes reflecting the concern that etched his features. "Welcome back, young ones," he said, his voice heavy with the weight of knowledge. "I'm afraid I have troubling news to share." Chocolate and Widow exchanged worried glances, their hearts sinking as they sensed the gravity of the situation. Around them, the garden's inhabitants gathered, their faces a tapestry of fear, uncertainty and sorrow. "A group of humans plans to build a new development project on the land bordering our garden," Whispy explained, his words falling like leaden weights upon the assembled creatures. "If they succeed, the midnight garden and all its inhabitants will be destroyed." A collective gasp rippled through the crowd, followed by a chorus of anxious murmurs. The squirrels Widow had overheard earlier stepped forward, their tails twitching nervously. "It's true," they confirmed, their voices trembling. "We've seen the strange humans at the edge of the garden, marking the land with their bright colours and harsh machines." Chocolate's eyes widened in shock, a mixture of disbelief and anger welling up inside him. Widow, her delicate legs trembling, moved closer to her friend, seeking comfort in his presence. "What will become of us?" a tiny field mouse squeaked, her voice barely audible above the rustling leaves. "Where will we go?" A hush fell over the garden as the weight of their potential loss settled upon them like a suffocating blanket. The once vibrant flowers seemed to dim, their luminescent glow fading as if in mourning. Whispy raised a wing, silencing the crowd. "The only way to protect the garden is to convince the local community of its importance and magic," he declared, his voice firm with resolve. "We must show them the wonder and beauty that thrives here, and hope that they will choose to preserve it." Some of the animals exchanged doubtful glances, their whispers laced with skepticism. "But Whispy," a timid rabbit spoke up, "how can we trust the humans? They've never cared about our home before." Chocolate stepped forward, his eyes blazing with determination. "We have to try," he insisted, his voice ringing out through the night. "This is our home, and we can't let them take it away without a fight." Widow nodded in agreement, her voice steady despite the fear that gripped her heart. "Chocolate is right. We must unite and find a way to touch the hearts of those who hold our fate in their hands." As the gathered animals murmured their assent, a flicker of hope began to grow, like a tiny ember amidst the darkness. Whispy smiled, pride shining in his eyes as he witnessed the courage and resilience of the garden's inhabitants. "Together," he said, his voice a beacon of strength, "we will face this challenge. We will show the humans the magic that lives within the Midnight Garden, and we will fight for our home until the very last petal falls." With Whispy's guidance and the power of their newfound unity, Chocolate, Widow, and the garden's inhabitants prepared to face the looming threat head-on. The battle for the Midnight Garden had begun, and they would not rest until their beloved sanctuary was safe once more. Chapter 4. Rallying the Troops. As the soft glow of twilight descended upon the Midnight Garden, Chocolate and Widow gathered the garden's inhabitants around Whispy's wise old tree. A sense of anticipation and unease mingled in the air as the creatures huddled together, their eyes wide with concern. "Friends," Chocolate began, his voice steady and strong, "we face a great challenge, but together, we have the power to protect our beloved home." Widow scurried forward, her delicate legs carrying her gracefully to the center of the gathering. "Each of you possesses unique gifts that make our garden a true wonder," she said, her eyes shining with encouragement. "If we unite and share our magic with the townspeople, we can touch their hearts and show them why this sanctuary must be preserved." A ripple of murmurs passed through the crowd, a mixture of hope and uncertainty. A shy hedgehog stepped forward, his quills quivering. "But what if they don't listen?" he asked, his voice small and trembling. Chocolate's heart swelled with empathy as he gently nuzzled the hedgehog. "I know it's frightening," he said softly, "but we owe it to ourselves and our home to try. We must believe in the goodness within others and the strength of our own stories." Inspired by Chocolate's words, the garden's inhabitants began to share ideas, their voices rising in a chorus of excitement. The fireflies proposed a dazzling light display, while the crickets volunteered a musical symphony. The playful raccoons suggested whimsical skits, and a wise tortoise offered to guide the townspeople through the garden's enchanting paths. As the plans took shape, Widow worked tirelessly, weaving an intricate web of luminaries that caught the moonlight in a shimmering dance. Her creation would serve as a breathtaking centerpiece, a testament to the garden's wonder. Whispy watched the preparations with pride, his heart full of love for his young friends. "You are the heart of this garden," he said, his voice a soothing balm. "Together we will reveal the true magic that lives within this sanctuary." Despite the growing excitement, a flicker of doubt persisted among some creatures. "Do you really think we can do this?" a nervous squirrel asked Chocolate, her tail twitching anxiously. Chocolate met her gaze with unwavering conviction. "I know we can," he said firmly. "We have each other, and we have the strength of our love for this garden. That's a magic no one can take from us." As the night wore on, and the community meeting drew closer, Chocolate, Widow, and their fellow inhabitants poured their hearts into the preparations, their determination burning brighter than the stars above. They knew the path ahead would be fraught with challenges, but united in purpose and love, they were ready to fight for the future of their enchanted world. Chapter 5. A Night to Remember. As the moon cast its gentle glow over the Midnight Garden, Chocolate, Widow, and the garden's inhabitants prepared for the most important night of their lives. The community meeting was about to begin, and the fate of their enchanted sanctuary hung in the balance. Chocolate took a deep breath, his heart racing with a mixture of excitement and nervousness. Widow placed a comforting leg on his paw, her eyes sparkling with determination. "Remember, Chocolate," she said softly, "we have the magic of the garden and the strength of our friendship on our side." With Whispy leading the way, the group made their way to the edge of the garden, where a crowd of curious townspeople had gathered. As they stepped into the clearing, a hush fell over the audience, their eyes widening in wonder at the sight of the luminescent flowers and the shimmering web of luminaries. "Welcome, friends," Whispy said, his deep voice filled with warmth and wisdom. "Tonight, we invite you to experience the magic and beauty of the Midnight Garden, a sanctuary that has thrived in secret for generations." As if on cue, the garden's inhabitants sprang into action. The fireflies took to the air, their dazzling light display painting the night sky with swirling patterns of colour. The crickets began their symphony, their melodic chirps blending with the gentle rustling of leaves. Chocolate and Widow led the townspeople through the enchanting pathways, sharing stories of the garden's wonder and the creatures who called it home. The mischievous raccoons performed playful skits, eliciting laughter and smiles from the audience, while the wise old tortoise shared tales of the garden's ancient history. Just as the tour was nearing its end, a tall, stern-faced man stepped forward, his arms crossed in defiance. "This is all very pretty," he scoffed, his voice dripping with skepticism. "But how do we know this garden is truly worth preserving? It's just a bunch of plants and animals after all." A murmur of discontent rippled through the crowd, but Chocolate stood tall, his eyes blazing with passion. "This garden is more than just plants and animals," he declared, his voice ringing out through the night. "It's a testament to the power of nature, to the resilience of life itself. Every creature here plays a vital role in maintaining the balance and beauty of this magical place." Widow joined her friend, her voice clear and strong. "We may be small," she said, her eyes locking with the man's, "but our love for this garden is immeasurable. By protecting this sanctuary, we ensure that its magic will endure for generations to come, a beacon of hope and wonder in an ever-changing world." As if in response to their heartfelt words, a gentle breeze swept through the clearing, carrying with it a shimmering cloud of glowing pollen. The townspeople gasped in awe as the pollen swirled around them, filling the air with a soft, ethereal light. Whispy stepped forward, his eyes shining with pride. "This is the true magic of the Midnight Garden," he said, his voice resonating through the night. "It is a place where the impossible becomes possible, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. By preserving this sanctuary, we nurture the wonder and beauty that lives within us all." As the townspeople listened, their hearts began to open, their eyes filled with newfound understanding and appreciation. One by one, they stepped forward, pledging their support to protect the Midnight Garden and all its wonders. In the days that followed, the townspeople worked hand in hand with the garden's inhabitants to ensure its protection. They created a nature reserve, a safe haven where the magic of the Midnight Garden could thrive and inspire future generations. The once skeptical man became one of the garden's most fervent advocates, his heart forever changed by the power of Chocolate and Widow's words. As for Chocolate and Widow, they continued to visit the garden, their bond with its inhabitants growing stronger with each passing day. They knew that their adventure had been more than just a fight to save their beloved sanctuary. It had been a journey of friendship, courage, and the power of nature itself. And as they sat beneath the stars, the gentle glow of the luminescent flowers casting a soft light upon their faces, they knew that the magic of the Midnight Garden would endure, a testament to the enduring spirit of life and the boundless wonders of the natural world. The end.
And there you have it, dear listener. Another enchanting journey brought to life by the magic of storytelling. We hope that this tale has sparked your imagination and left you with a sense of wonder. As we close this chapter, remember that there's always another story waiting to be discovered. So keep your sense of curiosity alive and join us again for the next episode of Dream Bites. Until then, may your own adventures be filled with the same excitement and delight as the ones we've shared here. And always remember, the power of imagination knows no bounds. Thank you for being a part of the Dream Bites story. See you next time.